Ready for 12 measures in a brand new key? Welcome to Guitar Chords Info stream, 12 bar progressions, phase 1, part 4. In part 4 we're going to do the key of D, and as you may recall from phase 10, the three primary chords in the key of D were D, G, and A. But as you may have guessed, here in the 12 bar progression, phase 1, I think it would be better if we used the long A chord instead of the open A chord like we did back in phase 10. So again, the same deal with part 1. If you think it would help, feel free to spend a little time just reacquainting yourself with the three primary chords in the key of D. That would be by strumming each one of them and let them ring. D, which I just played, G, and the long A. And when you spend a little time with that, maybe strum each one for a measure. Doing that as many times as you wish. When you think you've done that enough, then we'll move ahead with converting these three chords into a 12 bar progression. And again, only do that if you feel you need to. But if you want to just jump right into a 12 bar progression with your new long A chord, then without reacquainting yourself with the three primary chords, then feel free to do it that way also. So we'll use the same format as we have done in phases 1, 2, and 3, or excuse me, parts 1, 2, and 3 of phase 1. That is, we'll do 4 measures in our number 1 primary chord, our home chord, or actually I'll use the right word for it, our tonic chord. That way I'm official. So we'll start with our tonic chord, or our most important chord, which in the key of D would be the D chord. And I'll do 4 measures of D. Then 2 measures of G, 2 measures of D. Then the long A chord for 2 measures, 1 measure of D, 1 measure of the long A chord. Now here's the whole thing again. 4 measures of the D chord, 2 measures of the G chord. Again, I'm just putting upstrokes in wherever I feel them, wherever I want to. 2 measures of D, which I'm doing now. 2 measures of the long A chord, 1 measure of D, 1 measure of the long A chord, and I'll just end on a D chord, our tonic chord. So that's a 12 bar progression in the key of D. So please spend some time with your guitar learning this progression and enjoying it. And see, you're building up actually a little stamina when you're doing these 12 bar progressions. Up until now we haven't played anything that lasts as long as this. So you're really taking a significant step forward by spending some time with these 12 bar progressions. And also I want to point out that when I go from D to G, I'm using my first, second, and third finger to play the G chord because I can switch back. I feel I can switch back and forth better between D and G if I use my first, second, and third finger. And also if I had to, It would even work better that way for the long A chord, I believe, than it would with second, third, and fourth finger. So this will give you something to work on, your 12-bar progression in the key of D, and this does it for phase 1 of 12-bar progressions. In phase 2 we'll start to, well, we'll just add a little bit more to what we've done. So I hope these 12-bar progressions are treating you well, and if these videos are helping, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and when you're ready, I'll see you in phase 2 of 12-bar progressions.